5 pellets.
I was always giving them half, thinking that I should cut the dose,
No,
but it doesn't matter.
no. And even though if it's 6C, it doesn't make any difference, you know. I mean, we call it single potency is when we have a vial which is made especially for single dose, and that's more like a high potencies. And normally, when you give a constitutional remedy, remember when I was explaining to you in the beginning what's the difference between an acute and a chronic. When you give constitutional remedy, is a remedy that is going to fit all those symptoms, okay? And you give a remedy only one time in one dose, and you wait 30 days. You don't give every day, you know, like, you know, I had a client one day say, "Are you sure this is gonna do everything that I told you?" I mean, yeah, just wait, you know, I mean, because that's, you know, how it works. It says
Can we download this on your email?
Yeah, you can send me an email and I can send you the remedy that we just discussed. I can send it to you.
But we can't download it, get on the internet and download these things?
Where's she gonna send it to you?
Yeah, I can send it to you.
No, but I'm saying I don't have a computer, but I can go to the library.
Oh, but you send me an email and I send it to you and you can download it there.
I don't know.
Yeah. Yes.
We're talking about garlic drops. How does that differ from the standard garlic extract?
How does it what? I'm
How does
sorry.
it differ from the standard garlic extract?
From the standard, I'm sorry.
Garlic extract.
Between the
Homeopathic garlic drop and the regular garlic extract that you can buy in the store.
You mean the regular, like a conventional medicine?
Yeah, how is it different?
Well, you know, it's chemicals involved in there, you know, so basically, you know, it's totally different, you know, you have medications and chemicals in there that is more crude for. Homeopathic is natural, you know, it comes from a plant, it comes from a mineral.
I think it's just squeeze the garlic.
What is it?
I think it's the garlic and squeeze it.
Oh, garlic, okay, garlic, yeah, no, the garlic, yeah, definitely, you know, I mean, garlic is an antibiotic.
Yeah, I know, but how is the homeopathic drop different from the regular garlic?
There's the homeopathic, the garlic that I was recommended, they're not homeopathic, it's garlic.
Oh, okay.
Yes, it's called mulin garlics.
All right.
Yes, yeah.
And you said something about a constitutional, does that cover, if you say that covers acute as well as long-term problems?
Constitutional is more a long-term.
Long-term, okay.
Yes, yes, that's what it's more a long-term, you know, that you've been having. Let's say, for example, in an adult that had a migraine, okay, for years, okay, I'm not gonna give him a coffee, or I'm not gonna give him something, you know, for the pain, natural neurotica, you know, for the pain, because it's not gonna. Why he's having migraine and for how long, you know, where that came from? What happens at the time that you started having the migraine? Do you have it because you had a divorce, or because you lost someone, or, you know, something happened major in your life? You know, and that's what we look in homeopathy. Homeopathy, the main principles in homeopathy is physical stability, emotional balance, and mental clarity. Those are the 3 number 1 things that we look in homeopathy. It's balance, you know, and we have something called the vital force, right? Which is, you know, a lot of you know also as the chi, you know, with the acupuncturists, they talk about the chi. When you go and see an acupuncturist, you know, they say, oh, your chi is out of balance, right? So in homeopathy, we call the vital force. When the vital force is not balanced, is not in tune, okay? So that's what we, you know, we get all these different type of ailments. You know, all ailments comes from one main reason, either because they're inherent or they're emotional.
Now, you determine this through your constitutional evaluation?
Right.
It's out of balance?
Mm-hmm. Yes, because that's when you, you know, it's funny, you know, because sometimes you start talking and says, okay, when did this happen? Oh, about 2 years ago. And what happened 2 years ago? You know, what was going on in 2 years ago? Well, I moved from another country to another country, and really, and how did that affect you, that move? oh, it was okay. Well, but, and then they start talking, well, I miss my mom, I miss my dad, and then I found this boyfriend, and then I split, and then, this, and then, then it goes like, and then you start seeing all these emotional things, and then it's when you start back and asking questions, how that affects you. How do you express it, And that's what I call constitutional, okay? Because you go deeper. And more deeper you go, you get more information, and then what we do is we repertorize the whole information that the client gave us, and we find a remedy that will match those symptoms. Not just the main issue. Like I remember one time I had a client come in and says, I'm coming to see because I'm losing a lot of hair. Okay, is it emotional? Is it hormonal? What is it? And I was asking questions about her relationship with her mother, because that was the keynote with her. Okay, and she says, what does it have to do with my losing my hair? And that's how it goes in homeopathy. You go deep and deeper and deeper until you find the root of the cause. Now, in cases like with children's, and you have children that they born with eczema. They born with psoriasis, okay? And how did that happen? Okay, and you were healthy in your pregnancy. You never had any rash or anything, but then your husband took so many medications, for bronchitis or for a lot of like steroids or cortisons because he suffered from some rash. All that things are in the system. And that will affect eventually,
When you said you were looking for a balance, that was emotional, mental,
there's three things: physical, emotional, and mental. So we look for physical stability, emotion balance, and mental clarity.
Have you used homeopathy to desensitize allergies?
Allergies is always different reasons for allergies. Allergies and the immune system is either low, or you have family. Your family is always being suffering from allergies. So you have food allergies, you have environmental allergies, you have dust allergy. So what we do is we take all those things in consideration, but we're taking the family history. And what we do is that's a different topic, and it's very deep because a lot of people, you need to understand what is called miasm. And miasm is inherits, all the disease that we have inherent in our life, Like we all have psora, which is all the skin disorders that we have from our ancestors. Okay, we have the cancer, we have tuberculosis, we have syphilis, we have all these diseases that exist thousands of years ago, but it's still in our system. So when we go into allergies, allergy affects the immune system. So we have to look at which miasm it fits, and we can give a remedy that will work at that level. But there's other type of allergies of dairy, for example. And I had a client the other day that it was allergies to corn. And corn is the #1, ingredients that we have in everything that we eat these days. That's why everybody has, colds, cough, because it's a lot of, people they're, tolerant into corns. And this kid we took the corn away, and we give remedies, and we help him, through all his, his allergy, issues that he had, and he's better now, But we have to take in considerations, the family history is very important in that.
When do you come here? Every Friday?
On Fridays, yes. Any other questions?
What do you do here on Fridays?
We're just starting giving consultations here on Friday. I do also consult in Miami, but
You take appointments, or how does that
yes,
work?
by appointment only.
Oh, right here, or?
Right here.
Oh,
Yes.
oh, I see.
And for children or adults?
For children and adults.
Oh.
Yes.
And how much is an appointment?
The constitutional is 145, and for children's and for adults is 160. And for follow-ups are $80, either for adults or for children. And normally follow-ups, I always recommend at least 2 to 3 follow-ups, and then you don't need to see me. you just see me for a maintenance, in 6 months or a year.
So what happens in a constitutional checkup? You just do a whole rundown?
It's like a questionnaire,
Uh-huh.
yes, of questions and basically about your health, your family. I mean, if it's for you, so if it's for your child. I mean, you normally, if you have other children, how the other children's they're healthy, or they're what other symptoms that they suffer. So we need to take in consideration everything else, besides the main chief complaint.
And then you can, so once you have the constitution down, then something comes up and we can
Right,
call
and
and
then
say.
what I do is I study the case. Normally, I'm a classical. I work with single remedies, and of course, when times comes, it depends on the ailment. I work also with combination remedies, but I work with single remedies, and that's how I after I study the case, I check, the remedy that will go to you, your personality. It's amazing because sometimes, moms call me and says, I can't believe it, the profile of Lacayo fits exactly like my daughter, or the Pusaltia profile fits to my daughter, it's.
Can you help someone with bloating, gas, GI problems?
What is it?
Can you help someone who has GI problems?
How long this person have it? For how long?
But let's say this person is a handicap. He's been in an accident 28 years ago, and now everything is
Yeah, I would have to take it, like a deep case, since when it started happening.
Yeah, after
But
eating,
one of
they
the
get-
remedies for gas is carbo veg.
Can you
Okay?
spell that, please?
Carbo, it's CARBO, veg,
Okay.
VEG, and they sell it here in Tunis. You can give him in 6C and 30C,
Okay.
okay, and see if that helps.
Okay.
All right?
Thank you.
Okay, well, thank you very much. I really
you.
appreciate it, thank you for coming, and we're gonna do these lectures every month, okay? Different topics, different remedies. Okay, thank you. Do you have my card?
No, I want to get that.